Hello, Sioux Falls, and welcome to the May 3rd Planning Preview Meeting. My name is Kurt Johnson. I'm the current chairman of the Sioux Falls Planning Commission, and with me, Jeff Frischmidt.
Hi, Kurt.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Spring.
It is spring.
Yeah.
Spring has sprung.
Yeah.
Got to tell you, on that note,
Yeah.
on my drive down here,
Yeah.
it is clearly construction season
That's right.
on the city roads.
I should have said that. Spring hasn't sprung. Construction has sprung. Yes.
Well, very good. I understand we have a street plan in the works and
That's
to
correct.
talk about. So why don't we lead off with that today?
It is one of those topics that comes up this season every year. A lot of construction happens in the spring and the summer. And for Planning Commission, it's one of those things that the citizens always talk about on all of our projects. What are you doing about the traffic? What about the roads in Sioux Falls? So I think it's an appropriate time to bring it up. Last month at Planning Commission and recently at City Council, the city planning staff brought forward the 2040 Major Street Plan. I just always like to highlight that not only in the existing city of Sioux Falls, but the existing road construction, but we do look forward, outwards to long-range transportation improvements. So putting this to what the citizens are listening to and watching today, we have a master plan for major roads out 25 years, out to the year 2040. So you can actually look now and see where are the big roads going to be at in the future, what type of road it's going to be, how many lanes it's going to be, and we kind of start looking at when are we going to construct these roads. As we talked recently these last few weeks to Planning Commission and City Council, it really shouldn't be a surprise to people in South Dakota when they come and they go, I had no idea that this road was going to be busy, whatever road it is, because it's like there's section line roads, I mean townships and sections, and we have these 2040 plans that show for the next 25 years what the roads are going to be.
Sure.
So bringing it back to today, when we're looking at projects, when you're seeing projects, these are all projects that are on roads that have been designed and constructed or looked at historically in the past. So anytime the citizens have questions about, maybe where they want to open a business or where they want to live, they may want to contact our office and look at, really what we have for future growth.
That's great, Jeff. Yeah, development's always of interest, and certainly
road development,
and what follows on after that is good for a long-term plan.
Yeah.
So, excellent. Well, thank you very much for that. Coming up for the meeting lineup, some different topics we're going to be looking at. Looks like we have a rezone from a single-family residential to an RD1 twin home, 7800 block of West 60th. So
southwest part of town. Even looking at this, we have so many projects. This one's West 60th Street, and it's the south part of town. So it's a vacant parcel down there, and it's currently zoned single family, but the twin home, townhome market for that area is hot. For a lot of areas, that's hot. So with the rezoning items that we have today, citizens, it's currently zoned this and they want to zone it that. So that's how Planning Commission really reviews these, and this is how City Council reviews them, is that's the choice that they're kind of looking at. And so is it appropriate in this location to rezone it to RD1 for the ability to do twin homes down in this area?
very good. Another item here, it looks like we're going from a C4 commercial district to a light industrial, 3300 West Russell. So is this out in the Airport Industrial Park? Have I got that right? Or is that a little farther west?
A little further west,
Okay.
but I would think it's in the airport area too.
Sure.
It's on Westport or Louise. It's that Maple Madison area. This is the old Oaks for all of us historians out there,
Okay.
out by the Ramcota and that area. So it's next to the interstate on the west side of the airport.
Gotcha.
And the hotel was taken down years ago, the old Oaks Hotel. And so it's been sitting there vacant. It's zone C4, so they could do the largest, biggest commercial in Sioux Falls. I mean, that's the largest commercial zoning we have. They could do another hotel, but since it hasn't really addressed that issue recently, on the east side, more closer to the river and further south, everything's industrial. So their request is, could we go to industrial? And that's what Planning Commission, City Council will look at.
Very good. Yeah, it could make sense. We'll see what they have in mind. Next item, a C2 commercial to an I-1 district, 5500 block of North Quarry.
I'm almost seeing a trend. This is 5500 North Quarry. This is up on North Cliff Avenue. And there's a C2 property that's just, at this point, the property owner is requesting, could they do I-1 for their market, for their, what they think they can sell it for, what they think really hits that interstate market up on North Cliff, it's more appropriate. So we'll see.
Very good. Next item, must be on the fringes of town here, agricultural district to an S1 general institution district, 4300 North Westport.
And North Westport is kind of in the same area that we've been going back and forth here. It's Westport and Benson, up in that area. The Minnehaha County government owns this property. They currently have it as ag, and they want to do S1 because in the media we've been talking about this is their record retention, their archive building.
Very good, yeah. Good long-term storage safe up there, so very good. Next item, a C2 commercial neighborhood and streetcar to the I-1 light industrial. You already said it.
Yeah.
Tell us about this guy.
This one's on East 60th Street North. That's why, again, at the very beginning, I introduced that one project was on Southwest 60th Street. The majority of these have been on the north side of town. And on East 60th Street North, it's a C2 property, and they'd like to add some I-1. Just about everything up there's I-1, except there are some places along Benson and Cliff that, some restaurants that wanted to be C2. So it's probably appropriate. We'll look at it and see what their master plan is.
Very good. Next item, we're going from a recreational and RA2 apartment moderate density to C2 neighborhood and streetcar, 400 Northwest Avenue. So we're getting out towards the event center here.
Yeah, very good, Kurt. Thank you. This is, and we've seen this is the northeast corner of Burnside, 6th, and West. There's that gas station convenience store on the northeast corner. Okay. They're already zoned C2 commercial, but to the north it's rec, and to the east it's RA2. And for whatever reason, again, I haven't done all the research yet, the property lines that they own a little bit of land in the rec, and they own a little bit of land that's zoned apartments. So to continue with their building permits of the gas station, the convenience store, they're going to shore up these boundaries and rezone it all to C2.
Yeah,
it's already there. They're not changing it. They're just cleaning up their boundaries.
When you say a little bit of RA2 moderate, clearly that won't. Yeah. A little bit of that isn't enough, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
Excellent. Thank you. Next item, a rezoned from an unzoned and I-1 light industrial to S1, 1600 West 51st. So this is
Western Avenue.
Okay.
Western Avenue and West 55th Street. This is also an issue that everybody's pretty involved in. This is the ice and rec facility that has been vacated but had been used for storage. It's down there by the old tank farms, so it's zoned industrial. But per the agreements with the mayor and city council and the Glory House is going to get a portion, the city's going to get a portion, and we're going to sell off a portion. So it's being rezoned to a portion.
Very good.
They're rezoning the building.
Yeah, planning ahead for that. That's a good area for that kind of development.
Right.
So. All right, next item, a preliminary subdivision plan related to Dowley Farms, north of East 26th and west of Veterans Parkway.
A couple preliminary plans now. We've moved off of the zonings. The zonings are, again, could we be this type of land use or this type of land use, or zoned correctly? Now, preliminary subdivision plans are, how is this land going to be subdivided? Where's my lot and blocks going to be? How's the street connectivity going to work? And then underneath the street, what water lines, sewer lines, what size? And it's all preliminary. So Planning Commission reviews it, and then they send it on to City Council, and then at that point the applicants can start doing construction plans to build a house or these buildings that we've just looked at for rezonings. At Dowley Farm, this is at 26th Street, just west of the school, elementary school out there, and they're planning on bringing in some residential market, so they need to do a preliminary plan, lay out their lot and block, their street, and put the utilities in.
All right, excellent. And I think this is similar to an item we talked about earlier.
Yes.
Another preliminary subdivision plan, Galway Park Addition Phase 5, again, 7800 block of West 60th.
And it's really nice to have it on the same agenda too. So earlier in the agenda, you did the rezoning, and can it be rezoned from RS to RD? And now here's the preliminary plan. If people are interested, well, how are the lots going to be laid out?
Sure.
That's usually the question. People go, yeah, but what's it going to look like? Well, here's the street, here's the lots.
Very good. Yeah, look forward to seeing that. Next item here, we're switching gears again. We're talking about conditional use permits, and this one is for a car wash within 250 feet of a sensitive use at 1731 South Cliff.
This is 26th Street and Cliff Avenue, the northwest corner, and the last few months we've dealt with this quite a bit. They bought some additional property there, the existing gas station. They're expanding the existing gas station. They're getting a bigger building footprint. Now that the zoning's done, their plans have been basically permitted, they're coming back and saying, the car wash. The car wash is within 250 feet of, I think McKinnon still owns 2 homes. They're single-family homes.
Sure.
So they need to get this conditional use. Conditional uses are allowed with conditions. They have to have a public hearing, and then we look at what their details are, and then if there's any conditions that need to be addressed.
Yep, so this will be specific to this property, and we'll hear from potential neighbors.
Yeah,
and
right.
good
Gives them the
discussion.
opportunity to come out and look at it.
Be good discussion, great. One more conditional use here for a kennel and boarding facility. Cliff Avenue's getting the action now.
Yeah,
7100 South Cliff, so ways to the south yet, but looks like it's within 1,000 use of a DD form, so what do we know about this one?
This is on the west side of Cliff Avenue, about 77th to 80th Street. Again, down there, they're putting in, again, as Kurt mentioned, a kennel, a boarding kennel for the dogs. And since on the east side of Cliff Avenue, within 1,000 feet, there's a single-family home, you have the conditional use. The details are basically that the dogs are kenneled inside, they're not boarded outside, but they would be able to come outside to get a breath of fresh air. But those are the conditions, the discussions that you'd have and go, well, how are you letting the dogs run, types of things. You have a conditional use to.
Yeah, the most intrusive, I think, when we hear about these type of requests comes around the barking
Correct.
and potential noise. So yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Good discussion.
Everybody understands. They're like, yeah, well, I kennel my dog or whoever, hunting dogs or however it works. And they're like, we understand. So, but how are they taken care of? That's the conditions.
Exactly. Well, very good. Well, I think that's the extent of our agenda for today. As always, thank you for your insight on these items, and tune in. Again, this is going to be pertinent to the May 3rd, 2017 meeting, so we'll look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day, Sioux Falls.